Are there any situations where the program does not work?
No. Again, it goes back to the principle of like, you tell me a relationship that where if you did not destroy safety, if you did not, destroy admiration, alignment, passion, if you were completely non-victim, if you're completely untethered, if you're completely thriving, give me one relationship that would have broken down where your partner would have left given all those ingredients being built. Then if you can give me one case, then I will concede that yes, the program wouldn't work for you here. But to this date, we have spoken to 50,000 individuals. And every single one of those 50,000, no matter how unique they think that it is at first, we'll always say, oh, so basically you're saying, fix safety, fix the 5 pillars, fix that, fix that, fix that. You good? Good, right? We've never had a case where it's like, oh, we don't know. Now, does that mean our program has a 100% success rate? Yes and no. And the thing we always say is like a gym to our people, right? So we built our program for A+ players, meaning that, like James said, it is a lot of hours. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of introspection. It is a lot of discomfort, right? But if we design our program for A+ players, that automatically means we will turn off people who are in B, C, D, E, F players, right? Like we will just like people who are not wanting to be A players, they will just hate our program. It's too much. It's too complex. They will whine about it. They don't understand the point of it. Just tell me what to say, man. Don't tell me all this internal shift shit. Now, what happens is, so it's like the only way people cannot succeed here is that if they don't do the work. Again, the principles behind this program is tried and tested across not just my own business, but also across a lot of therapists right now who are using our license to basically use it in their practice too. It works. It works better than anything in the industry right now. But just like a gym, right? You can have this state-of-the-art gym, but if you don't go to the gym, if you don't use the machines, if you don't take the coaching, then the gym can be as good as it needs to be. It doesn't really matter. But if you're still fat, despite joining a really good gym, it's not the gym's fault, right? The gym has the potential to make you very, very fit if you use it. So for us, the best way I can answer that question is if you use the program, if you actually become untethered, get rid of your victim mindset, make your internal shifts, I just don't see how you could fail. It's like saying I diet right and I exercise right. I just don't see how you cannot lose weight and get fit. It's just impossible. It's physically, principally impossible.
I would say the only way that I could see somebody not succeeding is if they don't want to put in the work, right? Like that's the only time that I have ever seen somebody not find success. But as long as you put in the work and put in the effort, I honestly, I've seen, like you said, we've had some cases of the worst possible scenarios you could imagine. I could not think of a situation where it would not work based off of the situations where it has worked.
Totally agree. The only situation it doesn't work is the one where you don't do the work. If you work and if you get rid of your victim mindsets, if you get rid of your tetheredness to the outcome, if you become bulletproof, if you master the frameworks, and if you can learn to build the 5 pillars with your partner, we have endless, endless evidence that it does work. So you just got to choose to do it.
And one last thing I would say about that part is, I've gotten to know other coaches in the industry, and I know that I think right now I'm the only one who actually is in the trenches in the coaching space, meaning that I live by every single principle that I teach every single day. I'm in the trenches with all my clients. I try to poke holes in my program every single day. I try to find ways that it wouldn't work every single day. And so if anything I'm saying is that it doesn't work, then I die first. I'm taking the poison first. In fact, I waited 4 years after I built the program to actually make sure that I am sound myself, that I can do this stuff myself before I even launched it. And my wife was always complaining, like, how come you just don't launch it? No, I want to make sure that I'm perfect before I teach any of this stuff, because I want to make sure that what I teach is good. Nasim, how do you internally deal with and handle relapses of your old self? It might sound proud, but I don't relapse. Again, it's I have mastered this stuff until I can't get it wrong. What happens though is that as you go to level 5, for example, you'll find level 6 problems. As you go to level 6, you find level 7 problems. So you find new higher level problems. So the process of finding issues and finding problems and finding weaknesses never really ends. But they're never the same weaknesses. They're never the same mistakes. They're always new mistakes, different mistakes. And that is actually the process that makes my partner really trust me, is because she can see that I may not be perfect today, but it doesn't matter, because she can see that I have the humility, I have the process to be able to become more and more perfect every single day, that mistakes don't get repeated twice, kind of thing, right? And so that's why, like, I can say to her, to be honest, anything I want, and she will always assume the best. A great example of this is for our marriage, right? I never actually proposed to her. And then after our wedding, one of our friends proposed to each other, and they were gone into a big fight because, like, he didn't propose right. And we were thinking there, me and my wife were like, wow, see, Jeff, you didn't propose to me, but I assume the best. Like I don't, it doesn't even bother me, to be honest. But here, some other couples like making a small mistake and it bothers them. It's not the mistake that caused the issue. It's the underlying lack of safety. It's the underlying lack of trust. Because if you have that trust, your partner could make a mistake. You'd be like, that's fine. I trust that we can talk about it. We can discuss it. We can resolve it. We can move on from it. We can grow from it. We can make it better, stronger. If you have safety and trust, mistakes are not a threat. Mistakes are a blessing. Mistakes are fucking awesome.
I want to add to that a little bit too. So to your question, how do you internally deal with handle relapse of your old self? It's just like Jeffrey said. I don't worry about it anymore because I've grown so much. I'm so different now compared to who I used to be, and I know it. And I've discovered much, much higher level issues within myself that I'm like, holy shit, this can totally change the game. And even I remember like when I was much, much more insecure about like going back to my old self, I had actually asked Cass, like, I'd actually asked her, like, how come you're like not worried like I could relapse? She's like, Sabur, you have changed so fucking massively. If there was even a hint that you could be like that again, I would kick you the fuck out.
And to be honest, like whenever my partner sees that I may have relapsed, in her mind, she's like, no big deal. This guy will catch it. This guy will realize it. This guy will fix it right away. I don't need to say anything. The big topic recently in our relationship has been around the concept of passive support. And I told Sabor and James this. This is revolutionary to me too. My wife told me, because she's starting her own coaching business too. And she told me basically, hey, Jeff, as I tell you about my problems, I wish you cannot react sometimes. So you're really good at giving active support, which is that when I tell you about my problems, you try to solve it. You try to fix it. But the subconscious thing you're communicating to me is that you don't trust that I can deal with it. You don't trust that I can take care of it. Well, what I want you to do, what really would make me feel confident is if I tell you a problem and you just say, you're just unfazed. You're just like, that's all right, babe. We'll deal with it. Right? That communicates to me real trust, real safety. And I was like, you're right. And so the same thing for your relationship, right? If your partner if you're expressing worries to your partner and your partner's worried as well, that should tell you there's some trust missing there. There's some safety missing there. My partner doesn't even need me to sign the divorce, but start on our own after we are separated. Sorry, is there a question there, Tan?
No, it's not the real question, but my situation is very. I mean, like you mentioned about non-unique situation, but I don't know. Like my feeling is my situation is really serious and unique because he even used the law to try to separate from me, and after she separates from me, she filed a divorce. So I try to control myself and like to let go and not attach to her action. But that's in my situation right now. Like,
Tan, I guess it's this, right? What do we need to do to prove to you guys that no situation is unique? We literally have an interview with a guy who slept with his stepdaughter, got her pregnant, and he's in prison now, and they're now reconciled. We have people who are in so much worse situations than you. Let me ask you this, Tan, right? If you became the man who can create safety better than the prospect of her being single, like being with you makes her feel so safe and so secure more than the prospect of being single, 10x that. You can create the safety 10x of other men. You are someone who she can admire 10x of other men. Create passion better than other men. Untether better than other men. I mean, you were just a perfect specimen. Do you think she would have wanted to leave you in the first place?
yeah, maybe not.
Do you think she would come back to you and if she really gone to believe that you are this person now? Like, let's look at it for you, right? You've been hurt by this person, but now you see that this person has really changed to become someone unimaginably amazing. Wouldn't you at least be curious to start a conversation with that person? To start something? Maybe you don't believe him right away, but maybe you go like, let me just text. Let me just say something. Is there something there? Do you think that could happen?
Yeah, it could be. Like, I don't know. Like, she use the law to stop all my conversation. Like, I cannot talk any topic about our relationship, and
She needs to use the law to create separation because she feels so unsafe with you. That's the thing. Like, she feels so unsafe with you that she needs to hire a bloody lawyer to mediate the conversation. And here you're just making her feel worse because she did that.
yeah,
That's messed up. That's backwards.
yeah, you're right.
And like, to be honest, with our clients, right? The reason why we're so selective in our clients is because there are a lot of people who are like you, Tan, who think their situation is unique. And to be honest, that's a big problem because you could have all the solutions staring you right in the face. You wouldn't even try to entertain those solutions. The same way, like James, you came in and you were a pretty difficult client from the very beginning. But now you're a coach kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? And there was a big part of you that really wanted to believe that your case was unique. And every time I threw a solution at you, you say, let me tell you, Jeff, why your solution cannot work before you even try to make it work. And you just like that the whole time. And at some point I had said to you, like, dude, if you really want to resist everything I say, right? You're in the middle of a game right now. Your instinct is shouting at you one thing, your coach is telling you another, and you just keep saying, fuck you, coach. Let me tell you why my instinct is right. Then how can we help you, Tan? How can anyone help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Right?
got so bad, Tom, that I was at the point where I think I had maybe 30 other members comment on one of my posts, basically saying, like, what are you doing, dude? This is ridiculous. You have, like, you're out of control even asking this question at this point, right? So, but it all falls to kind of victim mindsets, right? And thinking like how the unique circumstance illusion kind of tricks you into believing that your situation is so unique and that there's not, and just a very simple fix to it.
Just know that your problem, Tan, of having lawyers involved, having no contact, this level of distress, this is par for the course. This is like standard. Like, what makes you think your case is different than, like, how many interviews have you watched?
I watch all the interview, like most of the interview you post on YouTube. So
How does your case, how do you think is your case different than most of them?
because like mostly I see most of your interviews is about no context. They limit and like there no law involved into the situation. But my situation like there's law involved into that. I mean like my partner she know about the law and she study about that, something like that. And
Hold up. Like, so when I have an interview with my clients who say, hey, my wife wanted to divorce me. My wife gave me divorce papers. My wife already divorced me. You don't think there was law involved in that? Sure, we
yeah,
never said it explicitly, but you don't think there was a lawyer involved in that? You don't think there was like some limitations on communication?
We've had my wife arrested me. We had restraining orders.
You
yeah,
see what I
me
mean?
too. Yeah.
Yeah, my partner, she hired a lawyer. The lawyer was the one who told her to block me. I got kicked out of my house, which now I'm living back in. I dealt with the whole lawyer spiel.